how do we conceptually map things?
Yeah.
We have this term, Pearl Harbor, that names the event. They did not have that term. It took a while. I mean, it took days, not weeks, not months, not years, but it took a little bit of time for newspaper editors, for politicians to learn to say, yesterday, the date which will live in infamy, the Japanese did Pearl Harbor. And, you can remember that kind of lexical confusion from 9/11. Now we have a term, 9/11, but right after that, there was no term. And people were trying to figure out, how do you headline the newspaper? What do you say happened? And it turns out a lot of different things happen. And are they all part of the same event, or do we privilege one part of them? In the case of 9/11, it has now become 9/11. That's when the World Trade Center fell, when the towers fell. But at the time, how important is the Pentagon? Is that really the important target? It took a while for people to kind of settle on a narrative, and that is absolutely true of Pearl Harbor as well, because Pearl Harbor, the U.S. naval facility in Hawaii, was not the only place that the Japanese attacked. Within a matter of hours, Japan had attacked Hawaii. It had attacked the uninhabited, so there's no indigenous population, but occupied, and thousands of people were there, territory of Wake Island, which the United States also had, the U.S. inhabited territory of Guam, the largest colony the United States has ever held, the Philippines, as well as Hong Kong, that's a British territory, Malaya, that's a British territory, and the independent Kingdom of Thailand. So how do you talk about that? And the day of, newspaper editors are saying things like, the Japanese attack Guam in the Philippines, or Japanese attack Hawaii in the Philippines. And you see this kind of geographic uncertainty about what locales to privilege. And I think what eventually happens, in FDR's famous date which will live in infamy speech has a lot to do with this, is that US leaders really focus on Hawaii and almost make it to the point where right now a lot of people don't even know the Philippines was attacked as part of that same attack.